about this. There are rumours circulating that Antonio Felix Da Costa could be on his way to Jaguar, and actually, Porsche may want to keep him, but maybe the rumours are circulating. This is one of the silly seasons we want to talk about. That Da Costa might be thinking, actually, for his own sanity, to go to Jaguar. There's a seat available alongside Mitch Evans.
This is something I just want to sidestep for a moment because I just want to get Ricardo your view on what happened on Friday first, because we got to speak about that.
Yeah, to be honest, I think it was just unnecessary, to be honest. And yeah, although I think Antonio and Pascal get on very well, I think Porsche's management I think it's because Pascal is German or what, but I think they tend to benefit more Pascal than Antonio. And on the early seasons, you saw that Porsche were benefiting more Pascal, but Antonio either way got the upper hand.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Friday was just unnecessary, to be honest, and I am not surprised if Antonio wants to leave, because it was 3 seasons, and the whole 3 seasons they benefit. It was not evident, but I think it's there. They are partial with Pascal more than Antonio, and I'm not surprised he wants to leave.
Yes,
Because
let's talk about it more. So, in terms of the cost, obviously, there's been rumours that they've wanted to replace him for a while, and now from the rumours that I learned in Berlin while I was there, is that it seems that maybe Da Costa might be actually starting to feel like, actually, you've looked at Roland, you've looked at Muller, you've looked at all these other people. We thought Dan Tickton, but it's not Dan Tickton. Been fair play to Racing News 365 and Nick Golding for finding the information that there's been no contact between Dan Tickton and Porsche. That's a non-story, even though, and as we say, the race have reported that, so therefore, not everything is 100% true that comes from Sam Smith, but obviously 9 times out of 10, he does get it right, but maybe on this one he's got it a little bit wrong. But maybe it seems like he's had enough of them trying to replace him, and he might be the one actually now looking to see what his options are. And for someone who is a Da Costa fan and you say a Porsche fan, if Da Costa does move to Jaguar, does that make you a Jaguar fan?
Well, maybe, just maybe, because yeah, I love Da Costa. Is the pivot of Portuguese motorsports, and yeah, wherever he goes, I will support him. So yeah, I quite like Mitch as well, although I like Cassidy more, to be honest.
Yeah.
And yeah, last year I was rooting for Porsche all the way, and if I saw a Jaguar, no way, Porsches have to win, period. But yeah, if Da Costa does land in Jaguar, I think it's, well, if you told me that Da Costa was going to Jaguar, or maybe in Tokyo, Jakarta, maybe, I would think no, that's a bad idea. But now, looking in their recent form, switching a factory team to another factory team that this season is turning up to be a phoenix rising from the ashes. I think that it's pretty good, because he's going to a different environment. He's going to partner up with Mitch, which is a good friend of his.
Yep.
And yeah, I think at the moment it's 80%, 80%. Almost a no-brainer for Antonio, because Porsche have looked, as you said, to Roland, to Ticktum, to Muller, and it's not from this season, it's also from the past season. And yeah, if you, although you trust Porsche, trust Da Costa, but still look for other drivers, that means something. And if Da Costa feels, after 3 seasons, after benefiting more Pascal than him, and still looking for the drivers, maybe it is time to go to a different environment.
And this is something that I'm really confused at with Porsche, because yes, sure, if you want to try and tempt Ollie Rowland to come over, if you want to try and get Dan to come into the team because he's performing really well at the moment in, let's be real, a year-old powertrain, not from this development cycle, uh, or try and get like a Taylor Barnard or something like that. But we believe, well, the rumors are he's off to Penske. The thing is, if you can't get any of those options, surely the best option there is Antonio in terms of the complete driver. I can't think of many other options for Porsche to sort of go after. And if he does decide, right, that's it, I'm going to jump ship. And I know that it's been discussed that like Nico Muller's on a Porsche contract, and the whole thing was about him having a couple of seasons at Andretti, ready to jump into the factory Porsche seat. But if I'm brutally honest, and yes, he got a podium in Jakarta that was kind of taken back from him after when we got it reinstated, and he's been there or thereabout. Like, Jake's been, I'd say Jake's had the better of him this year, but Nico's been there or thereabout. But when you've got, let's call it, the best powertrain on the grid, which I think it is. I think Nissan is close, but I do think that Porsche do have the best powertrain on the grid. And if you look at the season that they've had, for me, it doesn't make sense to put Nico into the Porsche seat because he hasn't shown enough this year for me. And so if Da Costa does go, I think Porsche are going to be left scratching their heads more than not, to be honest.
Yeah,